Welcome back, everybody, to more Let's Play some Final Fantasy XIV. So, now that we've had our little in-game introduction, apologies for the length, let's actually talk to her and actually start this. Alright, so basically this is going to sort of continue the tutorial a bit here. Because if we don't, there's a lot of things we wouldn't be able to do. Alright, so we need to go to the giant floating crystal in the middle. Well, it's not really in the middle of the city, but it's considered a center point of the city. And basically, we have to, you know, talk to it and feel the magic. And we become friends with it. Pretty much. Basically, she just wants us to talk to a bunch of people to basically, you know, learn a bit about the game and whatnot and what it has to offer. Everything's for sale. You heard that. You heard that. Oh yeah, we're gonna get some nookie tonight. Okay. Just gonna give us a recommendation to talk to a guy. That's nice of you. Thank you. Yeah, she's basically saying some people are nice, some people are pricks. Know the difference, bitch. Is pretty much what she's saying. But no, unfortunately, even though this would be funny, but it would also be kind of sucky, you will not get randomly mugged by people on the street. That's not gonna happen. It would kind of be awesome if it did. There is a macro command that some people use where they actually, it says like in the chat box that so-and-so like stole like 50 gil out of your pocket. It's pretty much just a prank, but they don't actually steal money. Alright, so a couple things here, one of which is sanctuaries. You can see this little moon here, and basically in a sanctuary for, I believe it ticks over at, on the hour, like it does tick over at random times, but for every hour you spend in a sanctuary, either logged in or logged out, a certain percentage of your HP bar, not your HP, oh, I keep saying HP bar, your experience bar, we can't see any of it now, but eventually it will be a color in between this empty part and this full part, and basically that's our rest. Oh, see right here, little example here, our rested experience, and basically it functions on basically a percentage of our current level, the current percentage of the whole 100% bar. And basically we will gain, while that is active, we will gain 50% more experience. And only that extra 50% is what counts toward the used portion of the rested bonus. If it gets to the point where where it expands beyond the 100% and onto the next level, the bar will turn, this part of the bar will turn blue. This one is just talking about, the picture here is all wrong because it's based on the PC version setting, but basically that's this right here. Even though I'm on PC, but I'm on a controller setup, they will have like little icons to select some of these things. I like the start menu much better. I mean, that's not the reason I use the controller, but... And basically this is talking about the map system and your duty list and whatnot. Like the map can show you certain quests in this area. There we go. These little icons are the side quests. These ones with like the random funky arrow in the middle, these are quests in progress. So by talking to this person, I will progress this quest, but it will not actually complete it, not until the icon turns green. But if I'm not sure where to go, saying like, okay, I can pull up the journal, and sometimes this will tell you basically who you've talked to and where you've been, and it will basically show you. Well, normally it would point out on the map where it is. We are already in the map, so I think that's part of the problem. Alright, and I see our compass will actually point us in the direction as well. Sometimes you have to go around, but... And in the three main city-states are the main map is actually filled out for us, but once we start expanding and going into the outside world, you will have to fill these up, and you fill it just by exploring the area, and it will come out in chunks. But the main Aetheryte Plaza is down here. You kind of can't see it right now. Let me turn the icons off. Nope, it even blocks the quest one. But underneath that is one of the sunbursts. Progress hiding underneath it. It should be on top, but for some reason it's hiding underneath it. So this is the main Aetheryte Plaza. Every sanctuary is going to have one of these, the main Aetheryte. These will function as teleport points throughout the game, so I can easily just teleport to another Aetheryte, but in order to do that, I actually have to attune to it first, which is pretty much what I did. All I have to do is just, like, interact with it, and basically just give it a big hug and make friends with it, pretty much. Well, yes, I have. How did you know? Oh, asshole. Kick him in the shins! Come on. And basically, he's just going to tell you what I did. And basically, the in-game explanation is it pretty much converts your body into Aether, which is, like, energy, life-streaming stuff, and you can pop out on the next one wherever you want, provided you've attuned to it, of course. Return and teleport, we don't have those skills yet. We will get them, one of them which we'll get right now. But yeah, basically he's telling, you can actually see his eyes underneath there for a second, under his mask. But basically, yeah, he's just explaining pretty much what I have just explained to you. So we've learned the return spell. And what the return spell does is, I'll leave this up for a minute. There is a 15-minute cooldown on, dang it, my shade just fell down. But basically, usually at Aetheryte you will have these points. The main city-states one will have Aethernet, which I will get to in a second. We can set any Aetheryte we want that we've attuned to as our home point, and this is what the return spell works on. It will return us to that point for free, but we can only use that spell every 15 minutes. Oh, I must have gotten my my next rewards. One of the sub rewards is a free destination, which is also a return. A free return, pretty much. And we can register as a favored destination. We can have up to 3 favored destinations, and pretty much what that does is teleporting, with the exception of the turn spell, of course, costs money. And the further away it is from your current location, the more it'll cost. By registering a favored destination, it will cut that cost in half. And you can change these at any time, provided you are in front of the Aetheryte you wish to change one of those to. So what we're going to do is, in the main city-states, there are, you can scroll in and out of the map and whatnot. In the main city-states, there are actually many little Aetherytes spread out throughout the town, and I think now we can use Sprint. There we go. Alright, Sprint is a temporary run, and what it does is it consumes all your TP, and for every 50 TP you had when you used it, it gives you, is it 1 second? Yeah, it gives you 1 second of a sprint, so you can have up to 20 seconds on sprint. The skill as itself has a 30-second cooldown. Since I'm going to be a user of magic, TP is pretty much going to be used for that stat and that skill alone. Usually, TP is used for the Disciples of War classes instead of MP. Alright, so basically, Aethernet in the main cities is like a mini teleport. So basically, there's several of these throughout town, and basically it will allow me to teleport to one of the others in town as well. It's like a mini system. So right now, obviously, I've done the Aetheryte Plaza in this one, so within the city I can come up to this and teleport to the Aetheryte Plaza. It just makes it for a little bit quicker way of getting around. Actually, what's the next one I want to do? I'm going to do that one last, where I'm supposed to go, which is the Thaumaturge's Guild. And there is a purpose for me to getting them all. So we're going to talk to the guy in the marketplace right here. As you can see, he's got the little sunburst. and the in progress mark there. So hello, sir. How are you doing? Oh, excuse me. Man, everyone here is so greedy. Ugh. But basically, this is what Miss Chicky Pie was telling us. Basically, it's a letter of introduction, and it's going to bypass that whole thing. Since I both have a mouse and a keyboard, I can just select it. These are our key items, obviously. So we're just going to hand that over to him. It will pretty much always tell you what item you're supposed to hand over, so you don't need to worry about, oh crap, what item do I give in? And you won't have to open your journal or anything like that. Look at how he has to strain his neck to talk to us. That's one of the things I enjoy about this game, is some of the detail they've gone into, where characters do actually look at, just people are peeing in the chat right there, by the way, but people, depending on the heights and your position, you know, characters will turn their heads or up or down, so you can actually look each other in the eye. I think that's fantastic how they do that. But yeah, a lot of capitalism here in Old here. Yep, we already know we can purchase anything we want. Ooh, a shinier trinket? How shiny are we talking about? And basically, along this marketplace here, there are obviously several merchants selling their wares. Also, like beginner gear, like up to a certain level. We will have to obviously go out to the outside world to find stronger stuff, but it's more than sufficient for now. You can find some minimum level crafting material here, and all sorts of things. We will not be buying much in this game because the game is actually pretty generous with other ways to get equipment for free. And I actually probably should have mentioned this in the first episode. You won't be seeing this until obviously later, but I am recording them at the same time. But that beginning cutscene where we were in the carriage with that guy is pretty much the same for the 3 city-states. Obviously, there's some minor differences, like obviously the Limsa one, there's like a pirate attack going on, but the most interesting one is the Gridania one. Because there's a Moogle who drinks booze, and it is hilarious. But anyway, this little thing will be important later. So now we're going to just go continuing activating these Aetherytes. There is the reason I'm doing this. These people are mostly refugees from the Calamity. They've had their homes destroyed and everything like that, and they've come to Ul'dah because it's considered a prosperous city. So they just pretty much hang out. We're going to worry about some of these side quests later. We are going to do some of the early side quests early on, simply because the early levels will come quickly. And I don't want to miss too much, have you guys miss too much stuff. Like, I don't want to like stream the stuff in between for 5 minutes and then have to record another episode. That's just crazy. So basically, most of these are outside entrances to guilds. Like every city, in addition to having their respective Disciple of War and Magic classes, I have at least one Gathering class and at least one Crafting class stationed in here. Ul'dah has the most, with at least, they have one Gathering one and like at least 3 Crafting guilds. Like I said in the first episode, we need to be level 10 before we can freely switch classes to anything else. And we can switch to anything. What determines your class is actually what weapon you are currently holding. So you can never be completely without a weapon. Like right now I have this little fancy wand. That is my Thaumaturge wand. And I'm going to go up the stairs. I should be using my sprint more often. I'm so used to not using it, simply because I main a Disciple of War class, so I need my precious TP for other things. But as a magic user, I am not going to be needing it for anything for sprint. It will come in handy in some fights if I need to dodge something very quickly. I don't have to worry about risking it. You can see the glitter coming out of my hand. And there is one more we need to do. And of course the icons rotate, letting you know when it's coming off of. It would help if I actually go the right way when it's coming off the cooldown. Actually, that's gonna go. I'm getting lost here because I'm too busy actually looking at the map and not where I'm going. Because once you actually, you know, like activate these Aetherytes, you won't be in most of this place because you'll be using them to teleport around a lot. And then the teleports between the city, within the city, is all free. Hello, people. Interrupting your conversations by the phone. There's one more I need to activate. Which is where we're going to be going. The Thaumaturge's Guild. Saving that one for last, because that's our next objective anyway. Actually, I can just suicide jump down here. Yeah, you can, as long as you are not in combat, you can survive a fall of any height. At all. Actually, what I'm going to do... I'm actually going to use these teleport right now. Yeah, if you fall, you can fall from infinite height, you will survive with 1 HP. If you're in combat, that will kill you. Because the same rules do not apply to in combat. And I think they do that so you don't, like, be, like, cheap and try to escape combat by taking the easy way out. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty instantaneous, barring, obviously, your computer and internet load times. But it was free. Because we only have 103 gil right now, so we're pretty damn poor. It always feels so slow after you get finished sprinting. It's like, ugh. But this is a normal running speed. All 5 races run at the same speed, so technically that actually means Rogadins are technically, in-game biology, are the slowest, and Lalafells are the quickest. Because they look so funny when they run at full speed, though, because they're running so fast in comparison to the size. So by accessing, in each city-state, if you attune to each Aetheryte shard, you will get access to the gates. Which basically is how we get in and out of the city. Like, for example, if I go down here, I'm going to go to Central Thanalan, which obviously I've never been, so none of this is mapped out or anything. It will have the points of interest, but it will not show, like, the paths or anything like that. But by doing here, I can actually, instead of actually manually going to the gate and walking out, I can actually teleport to it straight from here. So that's a pretty neat feature to have. So this right here is the Thaumaturge's Guild. This is their symbol right here. So we're just going to go right on inside and... Erasmus? What? What? Actually, he's got a side quest, so we're not going to do that. So basically, when you make your character and select your starting class, like I said, you are forced into this class until at least level 10. So basically, the receptionist is going to tell you a little bit about the class. And later on, when you decide to branch out into other classes, they will tell you basically the same thing. And they'll be like, hey, did you want to join our guild or did you not want to join our guild? And obviously there's no downside to joining it because you can always change your mind. Yes, I am ready. Yes. Obviously, these are the rewards we're gonna get. We're gonna get some raisins and a square shield. 108 of them? Jesus, man, that's a lot. Oh, it's been abolished. Alright, alright. Give me a, you know. Alrighty. I'll talk to him. Now this place is huge because this is actually, this in and of itself is a shrine to one of the 12. And this is the stone right here. Again, that was more related to the 1.0 plotline. It's not really important now, but it's just a nice little tidbit. And there's like incense burning in here and everything. What are you trying to do? What's going on over here? I don't know. Creepy little kids. But yeah, I just like listening to some of these conversations right here. I mean, some of them are hilarious. Some of them are lame, but when they're hilarious, they are really hilarious. And you can see other players running around over here. This little thingy following this guy is a minion. We will have to deal with that later. But this is the actual guildmaster, but he's not the one we talk to. We have to talk to this guy, because that's what the lady said. Hello. I don't even know how to pronounce half their names, so we're not going to bother. No, because maybe they don't have thaumaturges where I come from. Hooray! See, you're nicer. Yes. The person she indeed told us to speak to is obviously, as you just saw, not the guildmaster. These guys, by the way, these little Lalafells, these 5 of them, well, there's 4 present right now, they're all siblings. Actually, yeah, there's 5 of them right now, okay. He was standing right behind you, but then again, you're Lalafells, so I can understand you not seeing him behind the desk. Okay, you have my attention. Yes. We just learned that. By the way, that little hand motion they do, a lot of characters do that. They like talk with their hands to express themselves, and I'm actually doing it like right now as if you guys can see me do it. It's because I'm an idiot. But yeah, you'll be seeing that a lot. It gets kind of annoying. I mean, people in real life do talk with their hands, but it's just way over embellished in this game, and it just gets weird. Yes! I want the power! And basically we have to say yes, otherwise we're gonna get nowhere in this game. Alright! So we have to kill shit! Alright. So basically this is our first trial. If this had been our second class, when we decided to join the guild, the guild receptionist would have given us, well, as soon as we talked to the guildmaster, he would have given us the weapon that we needed to become a formal member of the class. Now, say for example here, actually I need to talk to her again too, because I finished my objectives, but say I don't know where the marmots are. Well, this will actually tell you where. And these nice little yellow circles, yellow, orange, you idiot, will actually point out exactly where they are. It's not 100% exact, but it's pretty much the generic spawn zone for these creatures. They may be found slightly outside of it, and on rare occasions, some monsters can actually be found in an entirely different zone. So, using our handy-dandy Aetheryte, let's go out and murder shit. Now, by filling out the map, we actually do get experience points. It's not that much. But if now we see, we have a small portion of the map filled out. It does fill out in chunks, so yeah, I may get to this point and it may not fill it out, and then a couple more steps and it will fill out a larger part of the zone here. Alright. So I'll let you guys read this if you want. It's just easier for me to explain it while I do it. But basically the trigger buttons on my controller control which side of my actions I want to select. These little thingies above their head, these are my targets. This is how I know what to attack. Now right now I only have one attack. You can see they're highlighted in little yellow. It's not important for my class in particular, but you can see it does highlight in a circle. Anything that hasn't been attacked is nice little yellow there. This little pokey thing out the front is the front, and this little where that secondary circle is empty in the back is considered the back, and about halfway through and in between is considered the flank. There are classes, namely the monk and the dragoon, where that is extremely important because some of their attacks and their power are based on where you actually physically land the hits. And accuracy does play a part too. Obviously it takes more accuracy to hit from the front than it does from behind. This is not really important to us now, or important to mage classes as a whole. But basically, I'm going to piss this thing off. So you can see my lovely little cast bar and how much it costs. Notice I have a little effect called Umbral Ice here. I will get to what this actually does shortly, because it will not do to explain it now, because there are several factors that into it. It does cause the effect heavy, which you can see with the little dude with the thing on his back. I got a high quality item already, and that little purple blob underneath them. Heavy is an effect that slows their movement down. And yes, it can be inflicted on you as well, and it just basically just puts your movement across the land into slow motion. So monsters will drop various trash items. They do not actually drop equipment in this game. They don't. They just drop crap like this. They have like a few specific to that type of monster and whatever. And most of these are used as crafting ingredients. Now there's regular quality and there's high quality. And I can't believe I got a high quality on the first try. Obviously for us, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, using this example, this little shiny thing as part of it indicates high quality, as well as this little icon right here. Obviously I can't hover my icon over it, but that little weird doohickey indicates it's high quality. That doesn't really matter unless you're a crafter, so I'm not going to get into that further. Obviously, as you can see, I gained experience points for that as well. Hooray. And we don't care about binding items for now. I will get that later. But basically, actually, no, I will get into that right now. I know, it takes a lot of time to actually start up and explain things. The first time you actually make an action with an item that you've equipped, even if it's like a crafting, whatever, the item is bound to you, meaning you cannot sell it to anyone except for an NPC vendor. You cannot sell it to another player. Condition, your gear can actually break. Obviously, it will warn you at 10% once it's gone down too low, and it will actually break, and the stats on it, even though our equipment doesn't have stats at this point yet, will no longer be valid until you repair it. And there's NPCs in town you can repair it to. But the Spirit Bond, for every action, once it's actually bound to us, it will start to Spirit Bond. And basically, for every action we do with this, obviously for battle classes, it's when I attack stuff or I take damage or whatever, it increases that gain. And the rate will depend on what I'm actually attacking and the item levels and everything like that. Because you can see it says item level 1. And the equip level is also 1, but the item level is important too. And once it's 100, there will be a certain quest later where I can actually convert that to materia. And it functions pretty much just like the Final Fantasy VII materia, pretty much. So let's get back to killing some crap, shall we? So like I said, right now I only have one attack, so I can't really do much. Now, I'm actually pretty much dodging everything, so these things don't do, obviously, a lot of damage, and I'm murdering them because they're only level 1 creatures. But they have to get within melee range to hit me. Now, obviously, I can walk away, but since I'm a caster, I can't actually cast while running away. See, I get interrupted. So I need to be standing still to cast. There will be 1 or 2 spells I will get later that will enable me to cast on the move, because they're instant casts. But alas, I do not have that yet. So yeah, see, we can see in the compass the big yellow... Why do I keep calling it yellow? I don't know. But that orange circle is approximately their spawn, right? You see, obviously I'm not in it, but that, like I said, that's more an approximation. And now that I've killed enough to fill my objective, that little icon now disappears. So it's really convenient that you don't have to really keep track of how many you've murdered, because it will both be in your logs and it will be pretty obvious. Woohoo! Alright. We actually learned fire! And we actually haven't learned the important skill just yet. But I'll leave this here and let you read it if you wish. The way the Thaumaturge class worked is basically I have 2 different buffs. I have Astral Fire and I have Umbral Ice. Obviously fire gives me fire and ice gives me ice. Basically what fire does is it increases the potency of my fire skills and decreases the potency and MP cost of my ice spells. Like see right now my My Blizzard cast went down to 2. It'll go back up to 4 once this effect wears off, and I'll let you see that. Yeah, see, my fire spells will cost more, but their potency will be higher. And the same goes true for my ice spells. Well, there's a little catch to this, because while your MP does regenerate very slowly over time in battle, if you are in the Astral Fire effect, it will not regenerate pretty much at all. If you are in Umbral Ice, however, Ice is not nearly as potent as Fire, but your MP restoration rate goes up extremely fast. So essentially, by alternating these skills properly, this class has infinite HP, pretty much. So if I cast Blizzard here, what it's going to do is it's going to remove my fire effect first, and then I will regain ice. And if you notice how quickly it ticks back up even though I'm in battle, that's very important. Now you see, now my fire spells are now much weaker in potency and in cost. We'll be getting another skill shortly that will be involved with the balancing of these two skills, because that is the key to playing this class properly. Hooray! Now actually what I'm going to do is I need to report the return thing on here. Yeah, I can actually see, yeah, this is a skill I want, but I can actually see what skills I'm going to get at what level, and some traits and whatnot, which basically either increase my stats or increase the effects of some spells. So let's use a return spell for the first time. Alright, and we're actually going to turn in those 2 quests and call it a day. So I'm going to use the Aetheryte and go to the Adventurers Guild. I always go the wrong way. I need to go up the steps here, because I'm used to going the other way to get to the marketplace on my regular character. Yeah, each of the city-states have an area like very similar to this, so it's not exclusive to this town. Where is she? There we go. Hi. I've talked to the people you wanted. Can I get some money now? No, I did not get lost. I always knew you wanted my money. But you're gonna pay me. Okay, fine. Well, I'm not gonna buy a drink here. Yeah, and basically, now that it's red, if we click on her and actually find out that we need to be level 4 to continue here. So yeah, red means you're locked out. And same with this guy right here. If this happens, you're either not a high enough level to do the quest, or you are not the right type of class. Some of them are class specific, and I just went out the wrong way. Like obviously you can't turn in battle class rewards and get your experience on your crafters. It doesn't work that way. So let's use melee Aetheryte again, and we're gonna go back to the Thaumaturge's Guild. Sprint back in there. I don't care about your side quest right now. Hello, sir. I have completed your objectives. As you know, as a video game character, I am incapable of lying, so therefore I have slain the monsters that you have asked. Ooh, the hunting log. I didn't think we got it this soon. Okay. Yeah, when you get these classes, there are quests available every 5th level. So I get one at 5, I get one at 10, I get one at 15, yada 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 yada. And basically, you can get, obviously, armors and stuff like that as quest rewards. And you do actually have an armory chest that is separate from your regular inventory. Like, I can have up to 25 items in each of these slots. And it's considered separate from my inventory. So you can always save up inventory space by putting it in your armory chest. Like, we can equip my shield. Yeah, I don't need a lesson on how to click an item and hit use. Alright, that's pretty self-explanatory. I got this far in the game. Why not? Alright. Somebody invited me to their free company. Yeah, sorry buddy, I'm gonna get my own free company that I currently already have on the server. I obviously need to invite myself. But basically, free company is a player's guild, pretty much. There are some perks to being in one, but it's more just, you know, a community. It's like friendly-sty kind of thing, sort of, so to speak. You know, pretty much like every MMO has these sort of things. So, actually, I should probably do that by the next episode. I should be able to get in contact with one of my guild leaders and get in. But the other thing is, what he just gave us is the hunting log. I'll just leave this here for a moment if you want to pause it and read it. But basically, it's exactly what it is. It is a hunting log. Once I hit level 10 and actually complete all 10 of these, I will unlock the next one and so forth. And there's one for each class, rather. And basically it tells us what I have to kill, how many I kill, and where to find it, and what I get as a reward. And obviously, like for killing 3 of these, I get 75, and so forth. For completing the whole thing, once I get all 10 entries, I will get an additional reward of that. It's not that much at the end of the day. Obviously, as the tier increases, you will get increasing rewards, but it's a little extra experience on the side, and it functions somewhat as an exploration venture kind of thing. I wonder if that's me he's saying that to. I don't know. Is it? Yeah, probably. But it gives you a chance to, like, explore the worlds and whatever. You actually have to find these. It doesn't tell you exactly where they are, but there's, like, lists on the internet saying, you know, the exact coordinates on this map to which to find these if you ever needed assistance. So this episode has gone on long enough. We'll be done with the tutorial crap soon enough, I promise. It just takes time to get into this game, but once you get into it, it's really fun. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you later.